Good day, driver. So today I'm gonna give an idea how the oxygen sensor work. So oxygen sensors, which is the O2 sensor, detect the presence of oxygen in the exhaust gases. They are similar to spark plug in appearance. Two types of oxygen sensor are used. Both must reach a specific temperature before they produce a useful signal. In some cases, the hot exhaust gases are the only source of heat. These sensors require a warm-up period before they become effective. Other sensors have a built-in heating element so that they reach normal operating temperature more quickly. They are called heated oxygen sensor, which is HO2S, heated oxygen 2 sensor. Heated sensors also maintain their operating temperature during periods of extended idle when a cool down might occur. The number of oxygen sensor used and the number of wires connected to each sensor varies. It depends on the type of sensor and the application. Several oxygen sensor may be used on the same vehicle. The sensor closest to the engine is primarily responsible for helping the PCM maintain the correct air-fuel ratio. A sensor near the inlet to the catalytic converter is often referred to as the pre-cat sensor. Okay, so the post-cat sensor is located at the outlet from the catalytic converter. Oxygen sensor located before and after the catalytic converter are used only on vehicle with. These sensors monitor catalytic converter efficiency. So as you can see, this is the sensor close to the engine. This is the engine, and this is the sensor closest to the engine. So most likely your vehicle have a oxygen sensor before the catalytic. So we're looking at this is a catalytic right now, catalytic converter, and you have the exhaust flowing. So basically what happens is if this sensor is no good, it's gonna trigger off the engine light. So usually most of the time you gotta change the sensor right before you touch these. It's like it don't make sense to change these and this one is no good. So that's why it's usually good to check it out, diagnostic the right way, just to make sure everything is good. Okay. So this sensor is correctly maintaining the airflow right now and reading the computer. So once the sensor is good, then the flow is going to go flow through the catalytic. And right now we're looking at the pre-cat sensor. This sensors would be the second one off from the oxygen sensor close to the engine. This would be like the second oxygen sensor. Okay, and this you call the pre-cat sensor, right before the catalytic. And the oxygen sensor after the catalytic converter, it's this one usually called the post-cat sensor. Okay, so you got the pre-cat oxygen sensor and the post-cat. So either doesn't matter what car you have, once you have the one before the catalytic, this is the pre-cat and this is the post-cat. Okay, so the zirconia oxygen sensor produce a voltage signal. This signal is based on the oxygen content in the exhaust gases. During normal operation, the output from the zirconia O2S varies from 0 to about 1 volt. Lower readings, which is below 300 MV, indicate that the exhaust gas oxygen content is high. This means the air-fuel ratio is lean, which is excess air. High voltage reading, which is over 600 MV, mean that the oxygen content of the exhaust is low. This is caused by a rich mixture, which is excessive fuel. So that's a common thing. So usually if your oxygen sensor, is lean, usually in a car, usually find yourself that it burning more gas. So what happens is that you have more air coming in the engine. That's what happens usually. So basically when you have too much gas going to the engine, it's going to bring it to a lean. It's going to cause a lean. That means it causes excess air. So yeah, so usually that's what happens. That's why you usually burn more gas, because you have high voltage and carry a low voltage or lean. So basically indicate that the exhaust gas oxygen content is high. This is mean that the air fuel ratio is lean, excessive, which is excess air. High voltage readings, which is over 600 MV, mean that the voltage content of the exhaust is low. So basically, yeah, you burn more gas in that time. So that is why you usually have to make sure if the engine light is on, you usually after diagnostic for the oxygen sensor, because if you have a bad oxygen sensor, basically what happens, you're going to burn more gas. And usually the trick of it is that sometimes your spark plug is bad and it can throw off the oxygen sensor. So what I usually do, I usually check all my spark plug. You can have a dirty spark plug. So what should you do? Check all your spark plug first before you change any oxygen sensor. Because it don't make no sense you change oxygen sensor and then you still have and you have bad spark plug. You know what I mean? So basically what happens is that you have a bad spark plug on a 6-cylinder, you're running on 5-cylinder, you're gonna pull more gas basically and more air. So that can cause it to be lean on a dead spark plug. So that throw off the oxygen sensor, which is the one closer to the engine, and also let it lean, go right back to the pre-cat oxygen sensor and to the post-cat oxygen sensor. So it only makes sense, check all your spark plug first for better just to make sure you don't waste time and waste money and all these things. Okay, but that's it. If you guys are interested, just hit the bell for notification and hopefully this help you. Okay, all right, have a good day. Thank you.